that air transport moves those that are key to critical economic and political actions and decisions that ensure the existence of a nation is a statement of fact. But here in Nigeria, high indebtedness to banks, payment of multiple charges to various aviation agencies, and the lack of maintenance facilities in the country are some of the challenges domestic airline operators cite as factors that slow down their growth. While they acknowledge that the recent airport upgrade has given a new face to air travel, they also ask for a better operating environment. That's a subject of interest on this edition. This is Aviation This Week on Channels Television. Welcome on board. I'm Bukola Joe Oketumbi.
We start in the country. The remodeled Makurdi Airport is expected to be the biggest perishable cargo terminal in the country. And this is another stop for the Supervising Minister of Aviation, Dr. Samuel Ortom.
We can see the commitment of the contractor, and as I go back, I get my team and we put our heads together to ensure that work resumes. The good thing is that the budget has been approved. They were properly captured in the budget, and I believe that once funds come in the next 2 months, we should be talking of commissioning this project. Like I said before, the roadmap for the transformation of the aviation industry is on course, and will ensure that all projects that were started by my predecessor are completed.
Dr. Ortom was accompanied on the tour by Captain Alkali, a director in the Ministry of Aviation, and the managing director of FAN, Engineer Saleh Dunoma. Away from home, aviation regulators and airlines have agreed to track all flights globally to avoid a repeat of the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. But the timing is uncertain for when all airlines will be expected to pinpoint their planes over oceans. The 36 countries that belong to the Governing Council of the International Civil Aviation Organization that suggests policies agreed to flight tracking along with airlines represented by the International Air Transport Association. In the meantime, a 20-member task force representing regulators, airlines, manufacturers, pilots, and others will meet monthly in order to propose a framework of solutions about how to better track planes by September. This meeting is coming on the heels of the continued search for the Malaysia flights missing since March 8 with 239 people aboard. From proposed plans to track flights to airline activities where Air Canada has received its first Boeing 787 aircraft, the 8th variant, this May. With the delivery of its first 787, the Star Alliance member plans to replace similar-sized aircraft in its fleet with the type, configured with 251 seats across 3 classes, 20 business, 21 premium economy, and 210 economy class seats. It will be used on services such as to Tel Aviv and Tokyo. With the introduction of the 787 into the Air Canada fleet, the airline believes it will further strengthen its position as one of the world's leading global carriers. Now to business jets. This time, Gulfstream has announced that a new version of the G650 will become the world's longest range conventional business jet. The G650 extended range, scheduled to be certified by the end of this year, will extend the range of the baseline version by 50 nautical miles to 7,500 nautical miles. It is the second major range increase for the G50 series. The company launched the long-range large cabin jet with a 6,000 nautical mile range, then added 1,000 nautical mile to the specification sheet as the type achieved certification in 2012. The additional range opens city pairs such as New York and Hong Kong, Dallas and Dubai and San Francisco and New Delhi. The G650 is sold out through 2016, so orders for newly built G650 extended ranges will remain in backlog until 2017.
It's time to take a short break. Aviation This Week will return shortly. Nigeria can be described as a graveyard for airlines, as our aviation history is replete with the stories of airlines that started but could not celebrate their 10th birthday before they went under. Except for the liquidated Nigeria Airways, the country is yet to celebrate an airline that operated efficiently for 2 decades. A number of airlines that have passed through the Nigerian stage and eventually disappeared are Okada, Triax, Oriental, Sosoliso, ADC, Afrijet, Bellevue, Capital, among others. Just in 2012, Air Nigeria, which held so much promise with a seemingly bright future, was forced to ground its operations by the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority when it was unable to pay its workers and suppliers. At the moment, there are currently 4 domestic airlines in operation: Arik, Aero, Medview, and First Nation. While many passengers rag the airlines low on service delivery, the high cost of operation for these airlines is grueling.
Imagine you have 2 million now from revenue generated. You are now taking 700,000 to buy aviation fuel, say 3,000 to 4,000 liters to operate an hour flight. A liter costs between, depending on your location in Nigeria, costs between 155 to 180 per liter. Lagos remain the cheapest. Going to Abuja is almost 10 naira or more. Going to other parts of the country is going to up to 20 naira more than you are buying in Lagos.
The absence of a maintenance and repair organization is another.
That is a very large chunk of what is now affecting our domestic airline, whereby they have to carry their aircraft outside the country for major maintenance.
The biggest challenge for existing and potential players in the industry is access to finance. Several airlines have gone out of business over the years because of insufficient credit lines and a lack of counterpart funding. The failure of many of Nigeria's domestic carriers, their short lifespan, and uncertainty of the future have been attributed to wrong use of equipment, poor capitalization, and access to credit facility at high interest rates.